Hi everyone. So for the past 3.5 years, I have been teaching yoga at a cat shelter. Um, and it's a cat shelter that's really near and dear to my heart because that is where I adopted my first cat. He's a black cat. His name is Hoke. And before I adopted him, they neutered him and they gave him all of his immunizations, and the adoption fee was only $100, which is way less than the cost of the immunizations, and just caring for him. So because of that, I have been donating my time to this shelter for quite a long time. So basically, people who come in, it's 100% donation, and it's given to the cat shelter. So I wanted to show you how a cat class looks. Just to give you a little bit of info about that particular class, I'm hoping that you can follow along with me. You're probably gonna laugh a lot of times because the cats, they get in the way, they get in the shot, and they're funny. I purposely try to address common issues that people have, which are lower back and shoulder pain. But somewhere through, like in the middle, I had to freestyle it because a cat hung out on me. So I guess you'll see how that looks in a bit. Okay, so today's class is going to be a beginner's class, always a beginner's class because there's cats. So if a cat goes on your lap, it's okay, you don't have to do yoga, you can just play with the cat. And today we're going to focus on shoulder pain and a little bit of back pain. Do you have other problems you want to address? Shoulder and back. Okay. And this is a loud cat, so I'm sorry, I can't do anything about that. Okay, so let's get started. Maya, there is this door. Could you close it? Because you might hit your head. Okay. And don't worry if you don't understand all my English. Just watch me or watch your friend. Don't worry, it's beginners. Okay, so let's get started. Let's start with our shoulders and let's breathe. So inhale, roll your shoulders up. And exhale back. Making a big circle with your shoulders, breathing in, up to your ears, and then breathe out. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Let's do it the other way, so opposite. Breathe in, shoulders back and up, and then breathe out, bring your shoulders in and look at your knees. Inhale, shoulders back, chest forward, and then exhale, chin to your chest, look at your knees. One more time, inhale, and exhale. And then inhale to a flat back. And we're going to open out our hands, so maybe you can just move forward or back so that you can have a lot of space. Breathe in, scoop your fingers all the way up. Hands together over your head, and then breathe out, looking down at your knees. Two more times. Inhale, really big circle. And exhale, looking down. And one more time, breathe in and hold right here. Breathe out. So feel that really good stretch in your shoulders and in your back. We're going to stay here a little bit longer. This is a form of a power pose, right? So breathe in, chest open, strong arms. Breathe out. Pretend like someone's pulling one arm and then the other arm like you're getting really long. And out. And then slowly lower the shoulders. And let's warm up the spine. Inhale, shoulders back. And then exhale, bring your chin to your chest, look down. Inhale, shoulders back, chest forward. Your hands can do anything. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe into a flat back, shoulders back. Breathe out. Bring one hand to the opposite knee. It doesn't matter which hand. Inhale straight back, shoulders back, and then exhale, turn just a little bit for a nice twist. One more time. Inhale long and exhale. And then slowly bring your eyes forward, inhaling and slowly turning to the other side with your shoulders back. Exhale. Inhale, get very long. Exhale, turn. One more time. Long neck. And exhale. And then very slowly come to center with a nice long neck. So let's do a side stretch now. It doesn't matter which side. Bring one hand all the way up. Then bring your hips to the opposite side and have a nice side stretch there. Breathing out. Inhale, two hands up. Exhale, the opposite side. Two more times each side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time each side. Inhaling and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And slowly bring your hands down. Walk your hands forward, and we're gonna go into a table pose. So in your table pose, your knees are under your hips, right? And your hands are underneath your shoulders. From here, let's do a cat-cow. So you're gonna move your chest forward and back. Breathe in, shoulders up, and your chest is gonna go down, eyes forward. And then exhale, bring your chin down to your chest. Two more times. Inhale, chest down, and exhale. Breathing out, looking at your knees. One more time. Inhale, lower your stomach. Focus on your breath, and then breathe out. And then breathe into a flat back. Breathe out, bring your hips to the left, and then down. So we're gonna have a nice side stretch. You feel this in your hips and your lower back. Breathe in, straight back to table. Breathe out, hips to the right, and then down. And then every time you breathe in, you're getting bigger to bring more air in, and then breathe out as you get smaller. Inhale up to table. Exhale, hips to one side and down. One more time. Inhale up. This time, bring your hips to the left, and then bring your hands off of the mat, and then bring your hips down so you have more of a stretch. So if your hand goes on someone else's mat, it's okay. Inhale up. Hips all the way to the other side, and then down. And then inhale up. Back to your table. So bring your two knees together, shoulders back. You have really tight abs. Look behind you, make sure there's no cats, because we're gonna lift one leg, right? So don't kick a cat, just okay. So we don't have mirrors here. My leg is bent because I think many of you don't have space. If you have space, you can straighten it. It's up to you. Okay, I think everyone has space. From here, since there's no mirrors, you have to feel in your body. So first, bring your hip really high, and then bring your hip really low, and in your mind, try to find where is the middle. Squeeze your abs, your hips are in one line. Bring your opposite hand forward, and we're gonna balance. Shoulders back, breathing in. This is actually very good for your lower back. If you can't balance, don't worry, because cats are here, so they will help you. Breathe in, get long. And breathe out. One more time. Breathe in and out. And then lower one hand and lower the other. So he's helping you. He's like, just rest. Just rest. Bring your hips down to the left so you get a little stretch. And then to the right. And then we'll do the other side. So I'll just turn. So bring your opposite leg back. So that should be your left. So first we tried it with bent knee, right? This is actually a little bit easier to balance. If you have the space, you can extend, right? Make sure there's no cuts, always. First, open out your hip really high. And then close your hip, bring it down really low. And then find your middle. In your mind, try to figure out where that is for you. Your hips are in one line and your core is very tight. When you're ready, then open out your hand forward like you're going to shake someone's hand. And imagine your spine getting so long. And breathe out. So if it's hard to balance, look at the floor, look at one spot. Don't look at a cat. Breathe in and out. One more time. Inhale, get very long. And then lower your hand and then lower your knee. Bring your hips all the way to the left. Breathing out. Inhale up to table. And then bring your hips all the way to the right. Breathing out. And then come up to table. So now bring your knees the width of the mat. Keeping your toes tucked, you're going to walk your hands closer to your knees, and then your knees are going to come up. Right, so be very careful. If you feel pain, just stay here. Okay, so if you feel any pain, you just stay here. We're just warming up still, right? So what we're going to do is go into a squat, a yogi squat. You can keep your toes up, you can keep your heels up, or if you want, you can lower. It's up to you, depends on your body. And we're gonna do this a few times. So use your hands and walk forward into table. Inhaling, getting long. And then exhale, your knees go up. You can keep your hands down to take some of the weight, and you can even release. So this is actually, I think this is easier for many Japanese because you sit on the floor often. But if I post this video to other people like in Western countries, it's a little bit harder for them. So just, I don't know, be grateful for that. And one more table. Cat. Cat. I'm sorry. This video is going to be so funny. Okay, so we're warmed up. Now we're in the squat. Right? And then from here, use your elbows to push your knees out, and then bring your knees back in. And stop it. Please stop. Okay. Stop it. Okay. Okay, straight back, long neck. Okay, so variations. I think everyone is okay to have your heels on the floor, but if this is very hard for you, you can also go on your tippy toes with yoga blocks underneath. Okay, so we're gonna do a side stretch. This is very good for your lower back and for your shoulders. So shoulders back, long neck, breathe in and out. Bring one hand on the floor and then bring the other hand up. We're gonna stay here for a moment. Breathing in, staying here, get long. And then breathe out. Breathe in and out. One more. Breathe in and out. And then slowly bring that hand down. And then bring the opposite hand up. And out. Okay, hands down, and slowly walk your hands forward, back into a table. Tuck in your toes, and we're gonna prepare. Oh, are you okay? Are you sure? Yeah. Hey, stop. Oh, no biting. He's angry. He's like, pay attention to me. Okay, just everyone watch that cat, be careful. If you don't pay attention, he'll hit you in the face. Okay, so press down on your hands. We're preparing for down dog. We're not doing down dog yet. So you're gonna lift your knees about 10 centimeters up, keeping your core really tight. So just lifting the knees, lift, hold. So not down dog yet. So think of the muscles that you are squeezing right now. Protect your lower back, squeeze your abs and lower. Breathe in. And let's do it again. Breathe out. Knees up. Be careful. Really. And then lower. Breathe in. And then breathe out. And then when you're ready, then your hips go up into a straight back, and then bring your head through your arms. This is a beginner's down dog, so please keep your knees bent if you feel any pain. So it's more important to have a straight back than to have straight legs. From here, we're gonna move our feet like we're walking our dog. And walk your feet to the front of the mat towards your hand. Come up to a straight back and straight legs. So that means maybe your hands are at your shins, but don't press, right? This is straight from your stomach. Now bend your knees and your chest and thighs will touch. Hold your elbows, release your head. Breathe in, shake your head, yes. And breathe out, shake your head, no. Now squeeze your stomach, press down on your feet, and then very slowly rise all the way up, shoulders back, opening out your arms. Be careful, don't hit anyone. Hands together, and make a huge circle, open out, bringing them back down. Let's do this 2 more times. Think about your shoulders. Breathe in, chest forward, hands together, and then breathe out, just like we did earlier today. And then breathe in, and then hold right here into a letter Y pose. Breathe out. So even your fingers are very strong, right? So you're not just hanging out. This is a very strong pose. It's a power pose. Squeeze your stomach, bring your chest out, and feel that stretch in your shoulders. Right? Many of us are sitting in computers like this, so we need to have this time in yoga class to do the opposite. So we're going to stay here a little bit longer. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. From here, bend your knees and then let your chest and thighs touch. Hold your elbows, hips go up, release your hand. Make sure there's no tension in your neck. Breathe in, shake your head, yes. And breathe out, shake your head, no. Press on your feet. Your feet are glued to the floor. Inhale to a straight back and straight legs. So this is a halfway lift. Your knees are never hyperextended. There's always a tiny, like very, very small bend. Straight back. Press down on the floor with your hands. Knees are bent. Look behind you, make sure there's no cats. Bring one leg back. Bring the other leg back. Plank. Hold. So we don't have mirrors. So again, you you have to imagine, right? So first, bring your hips really high. And then bring your hips really low. And then find your middle. And just squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Right, so stay right here, breathing in and out. Inhale and exhale. So actually, strengthening your core is also very good for your lower back, but you have to do it in a way that's good for your body. So if this hurts your body, go on your knees. It's okay. So this is also plank. Breathing in and out. Keep your elbows very close to your body, and this is the eye of your elbow. So turn the eyes of your elbow forward. So maybe that means your fingers, your pointer finger has to point up like a number 1. And then we're gonna push down. So bring your chest down. Shoulders back. And from here, we're gonna go to cobra, but a beginner's cobra. Okay. All right, so we're gonna stay here. Shoulders are back. Don't press on your hands. Right? So I'm lifting up my chest without any weight on my hands. And then lower. Chin on your yoga mat. And then inhale, come up. And then lower. So this is supposed to be a stretch for your upper back. Yes, right there. But not your lower back. Right? So don't bend at the lower back. If you feel lower back pain, no one's listening. It's okay. I understand. So keep it in your upper back. All right, I'm gonna stay here because I have to. So let's open out our arms. Oh no, I think, is he peeing? Did he pee? Okay, are you sure? Okay. Okay, that happened before. Okay, so open out your arms like a cactus. And then we're gonna bring it up. And then lower. Now bring your right leg up. Just your right leg. And then lower. And then just your left leg. And then lower. Now we're gonna swim. Right arm, left leg. So squeeze your butt. And then lower. Breathe in the other side, change. Squeeze and lower. Ouch. Change. And lower. Change. And lower. Okay. Let's do this 5 times each side. Okay, so 1 and 1. 2 and 2. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, and 5. Now, just the feet. Squeeze your butt, and then lower. Just the shoulders, and then lower. And now, everything. Be careful, there's a cat. Up. Everything up, and lower. One more time, everything up. Squeeze your butt, and lower. Bring your hand close to your chest. Your elbows are close. Tuck in your toes, squeeze your abs, come to table, and then we're gonna go to child's pose. So open out your knees, lower your hips, and your forehead is gonna go on the floor. Okay. So everyone stay right here. We're not gonna move for a while. We did a lot of back work, so we just need to relax the back. So I'm going to do a small adjustment for everyone. I hope it feels good. I'm going to press on your back, so please stay where you are. So breathing in. I'm going to press in just slightly. Breathe out. Breathing in. And so it should feel like a massage, like a gentle massage. Breathe in tension in your shoulders, so please release your shoulders. Breathing in and out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. There's a cat on the camera. Okay. When you're ready, very, very slowly move your hands up. And I hope that felt good for you, because that's a very good stretch for your lower, right? There's like 3 small videos and there's a cat going off. so I'm sorry. Okay, so from there, I want you to remember that pose if you have any lower back pain. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to the pose to help your shoulders. This is a more active child's pose. So, knees are open, walk your hands forward. This is gonna be more active. So now, get really long as you can, and then lift up your wrists and your elbows. So strong fingers. And then from here, breathe in. Looking at your hands, try to lower your chest as close as possible to the floor. Maybe it won't reach the floor, that's okay. And you should feel a nice stretch in the back, on your upper back and your shoulders. Release tension in your neck by looking down. So stay here for a moment. If you need more, if you're very flexible, you can walk your hands forward more and then bring your chest down, but you don't have to do that. 2 more breaths. Breathe in, come up a little bit, chest off the floor, and then breathe out, lower the chest. Breathe in, and then lower. Last time, breathe in, and lower. And then release your elbows and shoulders. Let your forehead touch the mat and relax. Breathe in and out. Breathing in and out. From here, press down on your hand. Squeeze your abs, come up to table. Bring your knees underneath your hips. And one way to know where your knees are under your hips is to measure with your fists. So 2 fists is about hips width. That's about, like, I guess a dollar or seinen shape between your knees, because sometimes people are too wide. Your hips are not that big, right? So from here, you want a firm foundation so we can go into down dog well. So press down your hands, squeeze your abs, bring your knees up just 10 centimeters first, and then bring your hips all the way up. Bring your head through so you have a nice straight back. So we're back in down dog, and move your feet. Move your feet back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Breathing in and out. From here, go on your tippy toes and then pivot. So knees and toes are gonna face one direction and then lower your heels. So it should feel like a side stretch. And the other side, pivot. And up, and then walk your feet to your hands very slowly. Straight back, your fingertips on your shins, shoulders are back. You should feel a nice stretch in your hamstrings, but you have a tiny bend in your knees. Breathing in, breathe out, bend your knees, let your chest and thighs touch, hold your elbows, release your head. And notice any tension you have in your neck. Try to release that tension now. So let's shake our head, yes, release the tension. Shake your head, no. Press down on your hands and very, very slowly rise up. And we're gonna do our power poses one more time, but let's warm up the shoulders, breathing in, making a huge circle with your hands. Hands together, and then exhale out. Looking down. 2 more times, inhale. Looking up slightly, and then down. Last time, breathe in, and we're gonna hold like a letter Y. Hold right there. So energy in your fingers, getting so long, getting so tall, chest forward, breathe in. Stay here, breathe out. Breathe in. Stay here, breathe out. One more time, breathe in. And then slowly lower your hands and breathe out. And from here, we're going to move our feet a little bit more than hips width. So more than 2 fists. Shoulders are back, and you're going to interlace your fingers behind you. So I'll move to the side so you can see. So some people, maybe this is very difficult. So step 1 is just your thumb. That's okay. Right? If you have a scarf next to you, also you can hold a scarf. But I think everyone here is okay. What? So thumbs. Or you can have your hands open. And if you are flexible, you can close your palms. So shoulders back. Breathing in. Squeeze your abs, bend your knees, watch me first. So I'm going to lower my head and then my hands are going to go up. Okay, when you're ready, you can start. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. So actually this is very good for your lower back and your shoulders. Breathe in and out. Okay, bend your knees really deeply. Release your fingers, let them fall to the floor, and then slowly rise up. Okay, and now we're gonna do a balance posture. So from here, imagine your feet firm on the floor, right? Think of a tree. I think of the roots spreading out. And actually, what we're going to practice first we're going to lift all of our toes up. And if you can, put just your pinky toe down. And then your ring finger toe, if you can, and your middle toe, and your pointer toe, because you point with your toe, and then your thumb toe. And then lift them all up and down, up and down. So just a little toe yoga, because our feet are always in our shoes and they're just really tightly in there. So your feet are your foundation. They help you walk. If they're always tight, you know, you're going to lose your balance easily, and it affects your whole body, your knees, your lower back, everything. So let's do it one more time. I'm going to take off my socks for this, because this takes a lot of practice. And if you can't do it, don't worry. Okay, can everyone see my feet? It's weird. Okay, bring your toes all the way up. Okay, now your tiny toe, and then the next toe, and then the middle toe, and then your pointer toe. Big toe is still up, and then down. And let's keep going. It's not so good, it's weird. It's good. It's weird. But it's very good for your feet, to bring circulation to your feet. So all the way up, and then down, all the way up, and then down. Okay, toes up. When you bring your toes up, notice your quads are strong, right? So that's mind-body connection. Think about your feet affect your body. So keep your quads tight, lower the toes. Good. So that is a firm foundation. Squeeze your abs, shoulders back. Now we're nice and tight, we're gonna balance now. So put your weight on one leg, and then squeezing your stomach, lift up one foot. Flex your foot. Okay, so just working on balance, then open out and close, breathe out, breathe in. This is actually very hard to do with cats because they're moving. So don't look at a cat, look at the floor, look at one spot. So opening and closing, warming up. Now, step one is one toe or one foot, the toes are still on the floor. So that's step one, you can stay there. If you want more, you can come up, not your knee though. I know it feels good because it feels like your knee fits, but it's not good to have pressure on your knee. So that's the next step. If you really want more, then you can grab your foot and hold, but you don't have to. Okay, this is harder because we have to balance more. Really squeeze the abs. This is also good for the lower back because it opens the hip and it's stable. It stabilizes your lower abs. Shoulders back. If you want, you can open out your hands and hold. Tree pose. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Imagine your arms getting longer and imagine your feet are like roots of a tree. Slowly lower. You can use your hand to release your leg and notice there's a little bit of muscle pain. That's good pain, right? Give your legs a little shake. And let's loosen up, so make a fist with your hands and let's twist. Breathing in and out, in and out. Just loosening up the spine. And now let's do the other side. So, again, this is a cool thing to do if you're in that train or a subway or at work and you just want to remember how it feels to feel grounded, lift up your toes, right? Keep this strong and then lower. Shoulders back. And then put all your weight on the other side. We're going to do the opposite side. Keep your abs really tight to help you be stable. Lift one leg. Focus on one spot, maybe not a person, not a cat. You can look at the floor, you can look outside, you can look at the cat tree. From here, open out and close, breathe out. Squeeze, breathe in and out. Shoulders back, breathe in and out. And now you decide. First, try step one with your toes on the floor. If that feels good, you can stay here, but maybe your body wants more. Then come up, but not on your knee, because remember, your knee is sensitive. And then, if you feel good here, you can stay here. If you want, you can raise. So use your hands to really push your foot into that leg. So imagine your leg pushing into the foot, your foot pushing into the leg. Opening out your hips. Breathing in, strong. First, bring your hands to your heart, and then bring your arms all the way up like a tree. Breathing in and out. Inhale and exhale. One more, get very long, and slowly release your hands and release your leg, and shake. So it should feel really tight on one side. Make fists with your hands, and you're going to just give yourself a gentle massage, like gently hitting your lower back to increase blood circulation. And we're twisting, right? So your chest is moving from one side of the room, facing to the other side of the room so that you can release your spine. Okay, from here, bring your feet back together, shoulders back, open out your hands. Hips go back into chair pose. So chair pose means that your hips are really far back, like you're sitting in a chair. Look at your toes. If you can't see your toes, you have to move back. So if you're here, I can't see my toes, that's not good for your knees. Move back, move back, move back. So this is beginners, like a beginner's class. You can be up here, it's a little easier, that's okay. You don't have to make it very hard. If you want to be a little bit harder, then you're gonna actually sit like you're sitting in a chair. And this is good for your lower back because it's stabilizing, squeezing your abs. Okay, staying here, breathing in and out. In and out. One more time, in And then let your chest and thighs touch. Release your head and neck and shoulders. Hips go up. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Inhale, straight legs and a straight back. Exhale, bend the knees really deeply. Press your hands down. Bring one leg back. Bring the other leg back into your plank. And then bring your knees down. Bring your hips back. And we're going to bring our legs in front of us. So, coming here. Okay, so let's go into a seated forward fold. Many people can't do this without hurting themselves. So I'm going to teach you a way that will help you do it that's good for your lower back. So, first, bend your knees. Give yourself a nice hug. There should be no space. So this already should feel good for your lower back. You can stay here if you want. If you want more, I'm going to do it from here so you can see. If you want more, I'll keep your feet really bent. Walk your feet forward. Right? And keep walking. And then if you get any space, like if you're here, that's when you stop and then come back. Right? So you want your chest and thighs touching always. So keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. And then when there's space, stop. That's your body saying, this is my forward fold. Everyone looks different in every pose. Okay, from here, release your head and neck and shoulders wherever you are. Breathing in and out. Breathe in and out. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Release your hands. Bring your hands to your sides. Hello. And then look behind you. We're going to lie down. Make sure there's no cats behind you. So lie down. Hello. And bring your knee, one knee in. It doesn't matter which knee. Interlace your fingers behind your knee. Squeezing your abs. And slowly straighten your leg. If there's any shaking, stop. If there's any pain, stop. So maybe you're not going to get a very straight leg. It's okay. You just want a nice stretch for the hamstring because hamstring flexibility affects the lower back. Such a diva. Okay, bend your knee. Bend the other knee and put this ankle on the opposite knee, like a number 4. Should look like a figure 4. Bring both knees like in the same line. Flex both feet. When you're ready, bring both knees close to you. Hold anywhere to keep it close. Hello. Alright, so it doesn't matter where you hold, as long as both of your knees are close to you, you should feel a nice stretch in your lower back. Hello. Aww. Okay, and then from here, we're going to twist. So keep this shape and then lower your leg to the other side. Try to keep both shoulders down. Look away from your knees. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And knees come up. And let's do the other side. So straighten the leg that we were working on. And then the opposite leg is going to come close to your body. Hold anywhere. Interlace your fingers if you want. Keep your feet flexed. From here, breathe in and out. And then straighten your leg. And when you feel any pain, stop. Right? So if you feel pain here, it's okay as long as you feel a stretch. And like I said before, hamstring pain is related to lower back pain. Breathing in and out. Okay, when you're ready, bend the knee, bring the opposite knee up, keeping that foot on the floor. This foot is going to touch that knee. Bring both knees in one line, like a number 4. When you're ready, both knees are going to come close to you, and you can hold anywhere as long as it helps you keep the knees close. When you're ready, lower, and we're going to twist. So this foot that's in the air is going to touch the floor. Try to keep both shoulders on the mat. Look away from your knees as we twist. Breathing in and out. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, both knees will come up. Release your feet, and we're going to let them just gently go on the floor. And this is the most important part of yoga class, is Shavasana. So get very comfortable. You can close your eyes if you want. And imagine your body feeling totally relaxed. Any tension you have in your neck, try to release the tension. Oh my gosh, what? Okay. All right. Breathing in and out. So imagine your shoulders melting onto the floor. Think of ice cream melting. And your shoulders are just doing that on the floor, totally relaxed. Breathing in and out. And breathe at your own time. Let your head relax, your shoulders, your stomach, your hips. Any tension in your lower back, release that tension. Let your feet splay out, just relax. Breathing in and out. Inhale and exhale. So for 30 seconds, I'm not going to talk. I'm going to let you meditate for a few moments. So just focus on your breath during this time. Okay, when you're ready, slowly move your fingers and toes. Make circles with your wrists and your ankles. Bend your knees. Move to one side of your body. And bring yourself up to a seated position. Any comfortable seated position so we can end the class. Shoulders back, straight back. Breathe in and out. Open your hands all the way up. Hands together. Hands to your heart. And hands to your forehead to close the class. Namaste. So, thank you very much for coming today, for participating in class. all of my classes here are totally donated to this cat shelter where I got my very first cat. So that's why it's really important to me. And I'm going to bring my cats all the way to America. Yeah, I know, they're so expensive. But this cat shelter means a lot to me. So I will do one more class in March, and I'm going to send you these 3 short videos because the cat kept closing it. So that if you want to continue at home and feel like you're in a cat cafe, then you can. So the cat shelter is the cafe part opens at 12. So you can take pictures, but can we do it after we fold up the mats, and then we'll put the tables down, and then you can play with the cats for a little while. Okay. Oh, but wait, I'm sorry. Can I take a picture? So just, I know I said don't take pictures, but I'm the teacher, so.